Greetings, family. It is George Truly, the CEO of Synergetic Network Group, LLC. We are your community liaison for entrepreneurs and consumers. We focus on bringing value to our community and helping our community build generational wealth via business and investing. And on today, we have the founder of Absolute Finance Group in the building, Brother James Wise Melo in the building. Yes, indeed, family. We're here for the Wealth Building Strategies program, where obviously what we do is do what? Help you to learn the financial strategies to be able to build a financial shelter via generational wealth for your family. If you be so kind to make sure that you share and invite, this program is going to be great on tonight. Make sure you share and invite. This program is going to be great on tonight. Yeah, that's right. So we got a professional in the building where he's going to help you to learn various strategies to be able to establish your business in a professional manner. All right. A lot of us, we go into business, but we don't really know how to do business, if you get what I'm saying. So we want to make sure that we educate you on this evening with the right information so that not only you can start your business, but you can sustain and grow your business and protect your business. So for those of you who professionals out there, put your business information in the comment block. Let us know, if you would, please, where you're tuning in from, your city and state. That'd be great. Again, your city and state, that'd be great. And at this time, if you would be so kind to share and invite with those of like minds. Remember, at this time, if you'd be so kind to share with those who are of like minds. Again, Synergetic Network Group, LLC, Wealth Building Strategies program on the night with yours truly, CEO of Synergetic Network Group, LLC, Amari. And my queen, Amani Amari, is the executive director. Yes, indeed. Greetings to my queen out there. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you so much for tuning in, beautiful. Thank you for your support. We're getting ready to get started here. Greetings, Brother James. How are you doing on this evening, man? Thank you so much for joining us on the Wealth Building Strategies program. How are you?
Man, I'm great, man. I appreciate you having me. Thank you so much for, bringing me here, exposing me to your folks, exposing me to your family. Man, absolutely honored to be here, man. Super excited.
Yes, man, you're definitely welcome, man. We are humbled and honored to have you on as well. When I looked at the information that you shared with me as it relates to your business services, it captured me. And so you are a perfect fit for this program. You know, all of the services that you provide, and I'm going to allow you to break that down on tonight, to be able to tell people what you do, okay, and share it with us. And I know it's going to be great for those who are serious about business. So family, listen, if you are serious about business, that is Brother James Wise Melo. Contact information there. If you are serious about business, if you want to get in touch with him, just read the screen. All of the information is provided right there at the bottom of the screen. All of his platforms that you can reach him on is right there. Okay, brother. So talk to us, man. Talk to us about, how you came up with the name of your business and what inspired you to go in the business.
So pretty much the name of the business, Absolute Finance Group. We work with, my sister is one of our partners as well. My sister Patrice, she's down in Texas right now, down in Dallas.
All right.
We partnered up. She's not here today. But she's, done things, worked with, Dr. Pepper, the big four accounting firms, all that good stuff. And we've also partnered up with some of the most elite tax professionals, wealth managers, folks around the country who just, really come together as a group and help each other out and support each other. So, with being absolute, it's unquestionable. Your finances need to be tight. Having proper accounting and proper tax, it's absolute. There's no two ways about it. If you want to be successful, if you really want to run a real business, like a savvy business owner, then you need to know your numbers and your business. Remember, accounting is the language of business. If you don't know your numbers, if you don't know your accounting, your finances, then how are you speaking the language of business?
Yes.
Everybody, the accounting, finance, that's not the sexy part, right? Let's just be honest.
It is to me.
So a lot of people forget it. A lot of people forget it. But accounting is the language of business, and you need to.
It's a necessity. I agree.
What your business is saying.
Definitely, man. And that's where we need you at because of the auditing and, people not having proper records. And so many people are afraid of the IRS rather, because of them not having proper bookkeeping. However, because of your services, you provide that preventive measure. So let's talk about some of the things that you provide, some of the tools that help the entrepreneurs and if you would flee away the fear of, being audited and just being so afraid of being incarcerated because of them not properly having, their bookkeeping intact.
Mm-hmm. So real quick, some of the services that we do offer, it's everything from, starting up to business to completely growing your business and increasing your profit and growth. So everything from, business plans, lean business plans, your entity selection and corporate compliance, your accounting and bookkeeping, also your accounting advisory services, all the way up into some tax planning, which here in a few minutes, I'm gonna throw up some information on tax planning and just give you guys some tips that you can use starting today, to really make 2021 that best year and really increase and grow as far as tax wise. So that's what we do. We help business owners from the start all the way up to where we're really advising them doing sorts of virtual CFO, so chief financial officer type services. Whole gamut.
All right. So why is this so important? Because individuals, they start businesses, James, and I noticed that a lot of them are very ill prepared. You have so many people today that's coaching people wrong, in my humble opinion, and just telling them, just jump out there, just start a business, and people are just floating, man. They don't have the proper guidance. Mm-hmm. As it relates to your piece in the business world, why is it so important for them to connect with a business like yours? And if you're like, at the same time, you could pull up your share screen and we can rock and roll with that as well.
Good deal. That's actually a great segue. So let's jump into this. And
in the meantime, too, I want to send a shout out to Queen Melanie. Thank you so much for tuning in. Queen Vivian, thank you so much for tuning in. King Jeff Scarlett, thank you so much for tuning in. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. And for those who shared and invited, thank you so much as well for doing so. Floor is yours, Brother James.
Are the slides coming up? The shared?
It sure is. There you go.
Boom. All right. So here, just the truth of the matter is, unfortunately, most small businesses, a vast majority of small businesses overpay their taxes year after year. Because again, just the tax planning is not in place. A lot of folks know they need to prep, but tax planning is something that is not really well known out there. It's been something that the wealthy have done this for generations, and that's why the wealthy stay wealthy and continue to get wealthier.
I like the sound of that.
You need, because if you're not properly planning and all you're doing is preparing at the end of it, then you've already missed your chance. All right. Planning is what you're going to do in advance to make sure that when you prepare at the end of the year, everything is in place and you have maximized your strategy so that you can completely reduce your taxable income and keep more of your profits. Like it says up there, taxes are going to be your largest ongoing expense as a business owner. That doesn't come to most people's mind at the forefront a lot, but your taxes are what's really going to eat into your numbers. So if you can control your taxes, and you can really control that profit. And just look at some hard statistics that this, when you see it, I mean, this is tough. But a lot of people get to entrepreneurship. They want to run their own business, and they're like, I'm doing this for me. I'm gonna work an 8-hour day. Anybody who's done business for themselves, that to be successful, you are grinding. But unfortunately, as a small business owner, you are actually paying pretty much in the highest tax bracket out of anybody. So about 60% of your taxes of your income is going to go to taxes. And just these are some stats from the IRS. Over about 9 out of 10 business owners overpay their taxes. 9 out of 10. In the IRS, this comes from the IRS website. About 70-75% of business owners, their business structure is oversimplified. And what that means, in easy terms, is that the business is not properly even set up or structured to take advantage of the tax code. So make sure that you are actually structured properly to do that. And we'll talk about that here in a minute. And so from a lot of folks that we do here, the reason why it's great to start out properly is because this is what we hear. Once we dig into the folks' taxes and everything, we get, I had no idea I was overpaying. I was in the dark. I had no idea this strategy even existed.
Please say that again. Please say that again. You said they had what? No idea.
They had no idea. I get a lot of folks to say, well, I just want to pay less in taxes. Well, what have you tried? I don't know. Okay. Well, tax planning is only for rich people. I can't afford to hire a tax advisor. You can't afford not to hire a tax advisor, because the truth is, you're probably overpaying by $10,000 because you're trying to save a few $100 by not hiring a professional, but you'd rather overpay $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. So you think about that. Or the last bullet there, my accountant has been taking care of me. And this is not a bash on accountants at all. I've been there. All accountants are not created equally, just like all doctors, right? All lawyers, everybody's focus, their concentration, it just is not the same. So just because your accountant can run some numbers and prepare your taxes does not mean they understand tax strategy. So make sure some of the things we're going to go here in a minute, ask your profession, ask your tax accountant or your tax preparer, are we doing this, or how come we're not doing this? All right. Test them. Just since they're, talking about everybody's not the same. I mean, the tax code is completely, it's absurd. It's complex, right? If you look at all of the documents, the publications, the court cases, everything, we're looking at over 70,000 pages in the tax code. And the reality is, very few of those pages tell you what needs to be taxed. Most of it tells you how to get out of taxes. So the tax code is actually really incentivizes business owners. And if you take advantage of the tax code, because the government is going to reward you for doing what they want, right? So if you're providing jobs, if you're providing, so real estate investors, right? You're providing homes, energy, things of that nature, you are going to get huge tax breaks because you're doing what the government wants you to do. So when we look at people like Bezos, or we'll say it, and we get mad because they're not paying taxes, you know what? There's a reason. They are taking advantage of the tax code, and we look at them and we say,
tax breaks.
Yeah, we look at them and we say that's not fair. Actually, you can take advantage of a lot of things that they're doing. You just have to understand that you can do that. So, who am I? Why even listen to me? Marge said, give me a little shout there. I'm a father, got a few beautiful children and a beautiful wife, entrepreneur. I've been doing real estate for a while. Air Force veteran, graduated from University of Virginia, had my MBA in finance and accounting, and I've run multiple organizations with tons of people and hundreds of millions of dollars in resources. So over these years, I've learned a little bit. And really gotten to understand that a lot of this knowledge just isn't common. So why taxes?
Yes.
So when I talked about some real estate as a new investor, my mentor was a man named Dave. So after the crash, in 2008, 9, him and his partners were down in Southern California buying up, I'm talking hundreds of millions of dollars of real estate. I could not believe it. So, I'm talking to Dave and he's telling me all about loopholes and and sheltering money.
Yeah.
And a little thing called income shifting. And
sheltering money.
Yes. And
that financial shelter.
And trust. And I was like, everything was going crazy. I was like, I can't believe what this dude is talking about. He was in a different league. He was on a different level with the stuff he knew. I've been to school. I've been to school for years and years and years. I did not learn this stuff.
Whew.
And I have the MBA. I've been to school, right?
Okay, so you have an MBA, a master's in business.
Yes.
And you never heard about trust and about these other financial strategies.
The strategies, no. It wasn't taught.
Carry on, please.
So when I say it earlier, I'm not trying to bash folks. Mm-hmm. I was one of them. You know how you can go to school for all that time and not learn all this stuff. Anyway, so I was like, you know what? Boom, epiphany. I need to learn this. What am I going to do? Like the nerd I am, I was like, you know what? I'm learning this tax code. So that was years ago when we started digging into the tax code, using it for ourselves with real estate, using it for our friends and family. And that's pretty much how this stuff started.
Okay.
So what I do and what we look at is we call it the tax wheel of opportunity. So we're going to start with your entity structure, your deductions, loopholes, any medical that we can take out, because there's different kinds of medical plans that you can really, really, really save money with. Your retirement, insurance, niche specific strategies, regulatory changes, because we're going to see a bunch of regulatory changes here coming up with Biden in office. So a lot of things are going to change. There's a case study with one of the clients, net income about $320,000. They were a business coach. Prior to working with us, prior to using that tax wheel, because it is a wheel, because it's a cycle. You as your life goes on, as you get married, kids, business changes, you're gonna have to go back in and go around that wheel again and see, okay, what's changed? What do we need to update? What do we need to take advantage of? So just using simple strategies, we were able to save this individual an estimated $25,000 a year. And we're not talking about going out and getting more clients. We're not talking about more marketing. We're not talking about doing extra stuff. We're talking about just using the proper strategies in the business that you're already doing and saving an extra $25,000. Okay, you might say, look, I'm not making 320 grand. That's fine. We have an IT specialist, a web designer who's making about 70 grand, and we're still able to find over $10,000 a year in savings. And again, just remember, that's a year. So that's this year going forward. And as you increase your money, we're able to find more tax breaks for you. Then you're like, well, I'm just starting out. And that's even fine. That's better, because don't wait until you've overpaid your taxes. Learn now and set yourself up for success from the start. So it's totally fine if you're just starting out. Now, I'm going to hit on these really quickly just to give you a taste of this. I will leave these slides, Mars, so that you can get them out to your folks too. Okay. I'll leave you guys some information to go over this stuff. But you really need to make sure that your entity is set up correctly. So a lot of folks are going to start out as a sole proprietor or LLC. But if we really want to get into some real tax savings, we're going to be looking at corporations such as an S corporation or a C corporation. So some of the benefits of are we still live?
Yeah, we still live.
Okay. All right. Didn't know if you dropped off there. So
yeah, I did.
With your S&C corporation, you're able to actually save money on taxes. And so we'll jump into real quick to a quick S corporation. So say if you're sole proprietorship or LLC, because an LLC is not recognized by the IRS. An LLC, the IRS will see you as a sole proprietor. So for example, if you're an LLC and say your gross income is 150 grand, expenses of $25,000, we'll say your net income is 125 grand, you're going to pay just in self-employment taxes alone 19 grand. So we're talking about self-employment. We're not talking about federal. We're not talking about state. So that's on top of self-employment. But with an S corporation, you're able to actually take distributions, give yourself a W-2, take the rest out as distributions. So say the same $150,000, same $25,000 expenses, you can take out 50 grand wages, 75 grand in distributions, and you won't pay self-employment tax in your distribution. Just by that structure alone, just that structure will save you over $11,000. So just think about that. So setting yourself up properly. Make sure you're getting all your deductions, your travel, your food, your healthcare, charitable. Make sure you look at all your credits that you're taking. So your deductions are huge. Know all of your deductions that are afforded to you. Your retirement plans, all kinds of retirement plans. Make sure you get with your, a financial advisor or whoever you go through, wealth manager, and figure out what kind of retirement plan works for you and your company. Your administrative home office, make sure you're taking those deductions. Hiring your children. This is crazy. So I'm gonna say this one real quick and then we'll move on. But if your child is under 18 years old and you own that business and you're unincorporated, so say you're a sole prop or LLC, in 2020, the standard deduction was $12,400. That means that you can pay your child $12,400, right? That's money that you were already going to pay that child. Now you get a tax break for paying your kid, and your kid gets that money tax-free. Think about that. Now let's go a step further. If your child is making that money, their earned income, they can now invest that money. Now, same 2020 contribution. The contribution limit for IRA was $6,000. Standard deduction is $12,400. This is 2020. You can essentially pay your child $18,400. Look at this. You get a tax deduction because you're paying your employee. You get a tax deduction, a self-employment income deduction. Your child gets $12,400 tax-free, and your child can contribute $6,000 to an IRA tax-free. Think about that. That is, and so if you have 3 kids, multiply that. So just think about the possibilities. It's absolutely amazing when you get all of these strategies together, and you can really, your profits can skyrocket because you're not selling extra stuff, not getting extra clients. You're just structuring yourself in the way that taxes can take care of you. So again, tax planning is absolutely essential if you want to maximize your profits. So I know I kind of went long there. Had to get some of the goods out there, man. I wanted to get it out there.
We have a question from one of the members out there in the audience. Ray, is there an age limit for these kids?
Yes. So if you are a sole proprietor and you're doing this, it's going to be 18. So 17 and under, because the law will say under 18, which means 17 and under, for that portion to happen. Now, what you can do if you have a child that's over 18 is you can pay them as a contractor. So you can 1099 them. The rules are a little bit different, but they can do that work. You can pay them still, and you can still write that off.
Wonderful. Okay, family, we have approximately 4 more minutes, so we can entertain more questions. Ray Ray said, thank you. Ray Ray, also thank you for that question. Thank you for that question. That was an awesome question. Anybody else out there has any more questions for Brother James out there? Please feel free to ask your questions at this time. Again, we got approximately 3 minutes left for a question and answer session. Okay, so for those of you who want to talk to a professional while you have access, after this is going to be a paid consultation.
Do it while it's free. Honestly, y'all can hit me up on Facebook or LinkedIn too, and we can chat.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Okay then, family. Listen, we thank you all so much for tuning in to this evening session. Remember to make sure you tune in on Thursdays at 6:00 p.m. Central Standard Time, Facebook Live, for your Wealth Business Strategies program with various subject matter experts like our brother here, King James. King James.
I like that.
That'll work.
It'll work. Keep it.
Yes, indeed. We have subject matter experts coming on like King James that shares their wisdom. And this is our nonprofit contribution to the community. However, remember, these are business professionals, family. So they do business. Okay. This is their charitable work when they come on here. Okay. So understand. All right. It's a business. There's for-profit side of these businesses as well. So let's give them the courtesy by sharing. And also, if you can't afford the services, listen, share it. That is your way of helping out the businesses. Is not always monetary. We understand. So I just want you to know, I know we learned this when we were young, but sharing is caring. Okay. And that is the truth. Okay. You can serve these business owners. Okay. By doing that as well. You may can't, but guess what? Somebody else can. You know somebody else that's an entrepreneur. Hey, present this to them. You never know, because they may not know, as our brother has stated earlier in the video. Okay. So make sure do him some justice, because he took out his time, okay, that he get paid for to do, okay, to come on here and to share with you and those who are in the business arena. Okay, family. So again, thank you for my queen, Amani, Mari, and I. We thank you so much for tuning in. Okay, remember, every Thursday, if you have a business, please feel free to contact me if you have a product or service that you would like to present on this platform. Okay, we love you all. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and thank everybody for tuning in.
Thank y'all. Have a good one.